What is up, Flick fans, and welcome back to my channel, the first Netflix movie review of the day, or the first Netflix review of the day. I'm currently right in the middle of House of Cards Season 6. I promise to have that out to you guys very soon, but right now, we are talking, what's the name of this stupid thing? The holiday calendar. Stick around for the end of this video for some announcements, but if you guys don't know how my reviews work, I like to talk about the good, the bad, and then give you my score. Let's get in the good. So a struggling but talented photographer inherits an antique holiday advent calendar, the contents of which seem to predict the future. Will this magical calendar lead her to love this holiday season? Will it? Stick around, will it? Well, it certainly didn't in my case. Okay, it's November 1st, 2nd, whatever day it is. We are getting close to Christmas, so the Christmas movies are going to start coming out. Netflix has one coming soon with Kurt Russell as Santa Claus. The trailer was cheesy, but I'm actually kind of excited, and I didn't know what to expect going into this film. Didn't see any marketing, didn't even watch a trailer. I just saw it came out on Netflix. That's what I do. I review those movies, and we're talking about the good. So I will say, if you're a fan of like these TV holiday movies, like the direct-to-television, non-theatrical release, this is really what it feels like. It feels like an early 2000s, late 90s television movie with the acting of such. It has the really cheesy music. There are some heartwarming messages in there. Some things like, okay, I'm having a good time. If you turn your brain off and you don't pay attention to the contents of this film and you're just trying to soak in the heartwarming story, then I do believe that you might get something out of it. But no, I didn't. This movie is horrible in every aspect of the word. Horrible, cheesy, bad. And I'm not even going to give them enough credit to say that they knew what they were doing, even though they probably did know what they were doing. It was just a pathetic and pitiful watch of a film. I am saving you guys. If you haven't watched this movie yet, do not watch it. The only way I can recommend this is to just kind of hate watch it. To watch it, sit back and say, wow, they're still doing movies like this? It's 2018. We have learned from mistakes that are made constantly and consistently in this movie from scene to scene. I'm like, that's a problem, that's a problem. And because I don't give two craps about this film, I'm going to spoil it. You guys shouldn't care. I don't care. No one should ever care that I spoil the holiday calendar. And we start with the acting. The first scene alone, first off, the first 20 minutes felt like 2 hours, but that first scene, it's like, ooh, we start out with that dialogue. I think I know where this is going, and then that really cheesy 90s television music kicks in, and I'm just like, all right. Clearly, they couldn't afford to get a nice little soundtrack or a score going on, but you know what? That's okay if the story intrigues me and engages me. But I just couldn't get on board with the acting, first of all. It wasn't good. Our main characters, it's just, I don't know if it's them. I'm not going to judge. Listen, I know people probably put their hearts and souls into this movie, and I take nothing away from that. I hate crapping on a film. I truly do. But when you do something this bad, I'm going to review it, and I'm going to give you guys my honest thoughts. And, it was a miserable experience. It truly was. Everything about the acting and the dialogue was complete garbage. After certain conversations they would do this fake laugh where they're like, listen, I know fake nice people in real life. Some people are genuinely nice, but some people are fake nice. They're not actually nice. It's like planning to kill you nice, and that's how most people felt in this film. I think that's because the acting was so bad, but I don't know. Could have been something else. The film feels hollow. It tries to get you to relate to these characters, and we start with the grandpa. He literally sits down out of the blue and starts telling this tragic and sad story about the grandma, filling the audience in on information that we don't need to be filled on, and we could figure it out, but no, he has this giant exposition dump of a conversation. Life, first Christmas without her was really tough, and I'm just like, oh, get me out of here. And it felt like an SNL spoof. The beginning of the film, 20 minutes in, I'm like, wow, we're just 20 minutes in and I still have this. How long do I have left? I don't know, but it just felt like spoof writing, a skit you would see on SNL. How many times have we seen the aspiring artist who is trying to conquer her dreams? And spoiler alert, she gets it all, man. She gets all the things that she wanted at the end of this movie because that's what we should expect in a film like this. And why does she get it all? She is a horrible person. She's a jerk. She reminds me of my ex-girlfriend, and I don't mean to move into that territory, but my goodness. I'm not saying my ex-girlfriend's a jerk. I'm just saying things didn't end on good terms with her because I was the nice guy. I tried to do everything for her. And for some reason, she just could. Maybe this movie's more realistic than I thought. But this movie is just on a whole nother level. This guy is clearly madly in love with her. He was even like stroking her hair and buying her things. And she's just like, does he like me? I mean, he just goes around to these other countries. I mean, he has what, does he like me? Women aren't that stupid. Women are not that stupid. Hashtag women are not that stupid. It's 2018. That stuff right there is ridiculous. It does not belong in movies like this because she has a brain. And who does she go for? Ty Walker, the most eligible bachelor in the school. What is this, high school? These women, they're older women. I'm not saying they're old. I'm just saying they're older than me. But they're talking like they're little kids in high school. The most eligible bachelor. Ooh, oh, come on. So if you guys want to know the story, so these toys are coming out of this calendar every day. And the toy that comes out of the calendar is what happens to her in real life. So a little toy thing of Boots comes out and she sees Boots in a little toy tree and she hits a tree, and it's all leading her to what she thinks is the guy in the eligible bachelor, but it's actually leading her towards the guy who has been there her entire life and is overly nice and not a very good actor. But all of those things are so obvious, yet she still goes for this scumbag who isn't a scumbag at the beginning, but of course as the movies go, you guys have seen it before, he turns out to be not the best guy. Now they make up in the end and all things are happy, and of course we can't leave one storyline on a somber note because God knows that's not realistic. Every time she pulls the toy, she's like, a nutcracker, some boots, a tree. We see it. You don't have to say it because we see it. And of course, she kisses the sexy guy, and our guy sees it, and he gets all sad, and then things happen, blah, blah. You get to the end, and she gets everything she's ever wanted, even though she does not deserve that guy. She gets to be the photographer, even though she's probably not the best photographer. The way she was posed, I didn't really like what she was doing there. But she's probably just an average photographer that caught a break. It's all in the calendar. Grandpa's plan. What was Grandpa? I know that's how she met him and that's how they got together, but can we explain the calendar? The calendar's never explained. If it's a movie that has different stakes and it has a different setup, then sure, I might believe it. A movie like Elf, it's believable because they establish that Santa Claus is real. But in this movie, they're just a magic calendar and it just produces toys and they're magic. What? Then the dialogue at the end. I thought I lost you. I came back to you. It's always been you. So what was in the calendar today? Ooh, her. My head hurts, and me explaining this, you guys are probably like, listen, I didn't watch the movie. Half of the things you just said, Austin, I don't understand. But listen, if you watched the film, you know what I'm talking about. If you didn't watch the film, you are a better human being than I. I'm going to give the holiday calendar a 20% because there is some entertainment value in there with how bad it is, but a 20% is one of the lowest grades I have given all year. This movie is horrible, and I get it. It's a TV movie. It's not made to be judged like I'm judging it, but I wasted my time on it. To all the people involved, congratulations, you did something and you got paid for it. That's good. So, what did you guys think about the holiday calendar? I have a really cool competition going on my channel right now. $50 Fandango gift card. If you go do the thing, the stuff is in the description, everything you need to know. And I started a Patreon page. Today's Patreon member shout out. We have two. I'm talking about one, that is Clay Williams. Clay, thank you so much for supporting my channel, supporting my Patreon. Clay and I are going to have a blast on this channel. I'm doing extra reviews, some vlogs, spoiler stuff. Me and him, we're gonna have a good time, and my other patron as well. Thank you guys so much for doing that, for subscribing to this channel, for liking this video, for more Netflix reviews. Still a pretty jam-packed day, but I'm working on it. You guys are the absolute best. Whew! Thank God this is over.